does the Hulk make extra money? He flips cars. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today for Comic Book Editions Volume 180. You may remember a couple weeks ago in Comic Book Editions Volume 177, I showed you my Christmas unboxing from my friend Mr. Fridge Art. I also received some other superhero comic book related Christmas gifts from this past Christmas, and I want to share those in today's video with you, among other things. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I hope you're doing fantastic today. Let's get started. How about this to get started? Wow, look at this bad boy. It's the Who's Who in the DC Universe Omnibus, Volume 2. All 1,216 pages of it. Wow. So this includes the entire 1990s Who's Who in the DC Universe title, issues 1 through 12. It includes the companion spin-off, Who's Who in the Legion of Superheroes, that complete series, issue 1 through 7, plus includes the 1993 Who's Who update. Back in Comic Book Editions Volume 130, from not this past Christmas, but the year before, I shared with you that my friends, Brian and Michael, they're twin brothers who are both collectors. They went together and gifted me the Who's Who of the DC Universe Omnibus for Volume 1, which I loved and which I wanted. So, as I agree, when you find something good, stick with it. They got me the sequel for this past Christmas as my gift. And first of all, I'm more appreciative of them for their friendship, and I love spending time with them. But thank you guys for thinking of me and wanting me to have this into my collection. Not only is it great, because when you stop and think about the Who's Who Volume 1 was pre-crisis in the 1980s. And then the Who's Who that's reprinted in here is the post-crisis from the 1990s. Those characters, most of those characters changed so dramatically pre-crisis and post-crisis. So it's great to have the update to that. But also, I could take that other volume, since it's so thick like this book, I could bench press it. Who needs weights when I got my Omnis, right? I'm a huge Omnibus fan, and I really enjoy them. The more I can get into my collection, the happier I am. And thank you again, friends, for thinking of me and gifting this to me. I really appreciate it. All the good artwork that's in here, too. Oh, love it. My friend Steven and his family really surprised me when they gifted me the Wonder Woman 77 Meets the Bionic Woman trade paperback, which I didn't have in my collection. I had the individual issues, but not the trade paperback that collects the entire story. These originally were published in 2017. Of course, Wonder Woman 77 is the likeness of Lynda Carter, and then the Bionic Woman, the likeness of Lindsay Wagner. I really enjoyed the series. If you're a fan of the TV show, either one, you'll get so many Easter eggs and little nods to the TV show. Especially with Wonder Woman, some of the characters that were only on the TV show that had never appeared in the comic books too. So it's such a great nod. I did collect the original series, although there's some covers that I'm missing. A few of the covers are very slight, like they might just have a different color logo, but the artwork on the front is just the same. But then there's this one copy that is like a ghost to me. It was a convention exclusive. You never see it on eBay. I've even contacted the artist. He didn't have any X. He only had one left that's in his personal collection. I wanted to buy it from him. And, that book is such a ghost. I don't know if I'll ever have it in my collection. But actually, just getting back to the main story, this is so much fun. And, I've met Lynda Carter, but I have never met Lindsay Wagner. And someday I would love to meet Lindsay Wagner. I'd probably have her sign a comic book for me from this series if I did. I have met Alex Ross, who did this gorgeous cover here, and I have this image autographed by Alex Ross because I knew that's one that I definitely wanted to choose. So I was super stoked to have this and to be able to reread it all together collected as one volume. So thank you again, Stephen. Love spending time with you and your beautiful family. It's always good to have a friend nearby, and you are such a great friend to me. Really appreciate it. Up next is something that I bought. So Trident Studios, I bought from them before. They've done unofficial reprints of some of the mini comic books, both Marvel and DC, that that were back in like the Bronze and Copper Age, more Bronze though. And this one collects some stories. There's a Spider-Man, Captain America, Hulk, and Spider-Woman. I don't remember where these came from originally. I want to say possibly with gum, like they were gum in a little mini comic book all wrapped together. So this is the reproduction of them, but I do remember the originals. And then this also includes 2 extra stories with Archie and Sabrina. So Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So that's really cool to have all of these collected. I love what Trident Studios does. I mean, the quality of their products are so good. When they release stuff like this, I make sure to snap it up. Another newer release that they offered, I think this was either November or December they offered, was the Unofficial Marvel Comics Hostess Ads collection. I love the Hostess ads. I love, love, love them. Despite the fact that they're so goofy and silly, just the memories that they bring back. So this collects all of the different Marvel ads that Hostess had that would appear in the Marvel comic books back in the Bronze Age. And after they released this, of course, I contact Trident. I'm like, please tell me you're going to do a DC Comics version of this. And they did. This came out in December. I apologize for not showing these earlier, but I gifted some of these to different friends in the community who do watch my channel, and I didn't want them to get a heads up. I wanted to try to say as much of a surprise as it could that they were going to receive this, which is why I waited until after the new year, until after everyone that I gifted these to had received their copies. If I had to think of what my favorite Hostess ad is, I mean, it's definitely going to be a Wonder Woman one. But there's still some interesting Wonder Woman ones. I would probably say Kooky Lamoo. She was this actress that had this huge billboard, and then the billboard came to life, and she reaches down and grabs Steve Trevor, who at that time was Steve Howard, and then Wonder Woman is able to rescue Steve by offering this Kooky Lamoo actress a Twinkie or a Hostess cupcake or something. That's how she got Steve free from his grasp. So that's probably my favorite one. But honestly, I just enjoy all of the Hostess ads. I did put a link for Trident Studios' Etsy store, where I bought these, in the description for this video too, in case you're interested in checking some out for yourself. As I just said a moment ago, the quality of these are so good. I'm really happy to have these into my collection. Keep up the good work, Trident. I cleaned and pressed a comic book. Well, I should say I didn't do it. I sent it out to get done. And this is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. You might have seen this on Instagram already. I chose Gamma Rayz Comix to do my cleaning and pressing. I've been following them and been friends with Chris for a long time. I would love it when he would go live and work on a comic book and just kind of talk to the chat while he was doing it. And I knew from the care and attention that he puts into the books that he was definitely my guy whenever I got to that point that I wanted to clean and press. Now, I've had books cleaned and pressed that were A-okay to me. I've had my friend Comics for Thomas. He lives in Canada. Sometimes he would pick up a book and I'll say, have your presser clean and press that for me. So that was all done before it was sent to me. This is the first time that I ever took a book that was in my collection and then sent it out. I didn't actually do a Wonder Woman book. I did a very early Bronze Age Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane. It's issue 106. If you remember in my Comic Book Editions volume 134 video, I showed you me picking up this book, and you'll see the original shape that it's in. But as a matter of fact, right now on your screen, you'll see some pictures of the before on this comic book. You can tell that it's in pretty rough shape. But kind of the decision that I made, the reason why I picked this book, is because I saw copies of this book in worse shape than my original was, selling at a pretty high price. And I'm like, this isn't for resale. This is still for my personal collection. But this is how it turned out. That's how I knew that I was going to pick this book. I am beyond thrilled with how this turned out. The back cover, all of those creases and wrinkles on the back cover are gone. Look at how that spine got fixed. First of all, he did it. I was expecting to wait like 6 weeks. I had the book back in a week and a half from the day I mailed it. I just couldn't believe. I guess the timing was just right for it. I couldn't believe it. I am beyond happy with how this turned out and the care and attention that Chris put into this for me. By the way, I've left a link for Gamma Rayz Comix Instagram in case you're interested in checking out more of his services or hitting him up, because it's a high recommendation here from me in the description for this video. So you can reach out to Chris through his Instagram in the description for this video. I finally read this story too. Robert Kanigher wrote it, which, let's just say you couldn't get away with doing a story like this anymore today. This was originally done in 1970. Curt Swan did the cover for this. It's also the second Rose and Thorn appearance from the Rose and Thorn backup series that started the issue before. This one I was always worried that was going to, it's such a key just for the fact of the telling of the story, and you couldn't get away with something like this today, that I never thought I'd be able to afford this. So when I found it in that very low grade, it was so cheap. I'm like, I can't pass this up. I can't pass this up. And even with the price that I put into cleaning and pressing, which was very affordable, by the way, I still feel that I came out ahead. I'm just thrilled with how this turned out. And he took a comic book that I was happy I had a copy, but I was kind of down in the mouth because it was such lower grade than what I usually like to have in my collection, and made me so excited to have it back. So yes, definitely working on my Lois Lane collection, especially the issues in the 100s. I like those. I also like the pre-100 issues that have Neil Adams covers on, because some of those are so good. But there you go, a little follow-up on that. The rest of what I want to show you isn't comic books, but it's superhero related. First, I'll tell you, if you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll take this opportunity to do so. Give me a thumbs up on this video as well, so it'll help the algorithm. I received a gift card at work, and I said, I'm going to buy something that I don't need with it. And I tried to myself over to my local Walmart to pick up the McFarlane Superpowers Invisible Jet. I love the Invisible Jet toys. They are so much fun. And this one's a lot tinier than I kind of expected, but the McFarlane Wonder Woman action figure does fit inside. And this would have been FOMO if I didn't get this, especially knowing that they had it in town. They had 3 in town and no one else bought any. I was like the sole person that only purchased them when they were in town, but that's okay. I love this. Love it so much. I decided an impulse purchase. I needed a Hulk oven mitt that came with a Hulk pot holder. I just needed it. I don't know why I needed it, but I did need it. And I thought it's awesome. Actually, I needed an oven mitt anyway for my house. And this was on sale after Christmas. And I said, yep, the Hulkster's going to be mine. And then after Christmas, even though it's holiday decor, how about some Spider-Man Christmas-themed dish towels? Because they were so cheap. And why not, right? Sometimes I don't pick up a lot of like the household items with the superheroes on it, but this time I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. For the funsies of it, of course. What was your favorite thing that I showed today in this Comic Book Editions Volume 180 video? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. So I know my last couple of videos have been particularly long, so I try to be conscious of the time in this one today and cut it down a little bit, and I appreciate you making it to the end. I truly do. Coming up on my channel, I'll have an Unknown Comics haul from books that I've ordered from unknowncomics.com. That will be coming up soon on my channel. I also want to do another guest starring Wonder Woman video with comic book titles that aren't Wonder Woman, but that she was the guest star in those issues. So I did one of those last summer, did very well for me. I want to do another one of those. So that's what will be coming up soon on my channel. Fanboys Live and the Retro Review is on my YouTube channel this upcoming Sunday night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, 7:15 p.m. Central. We would love to have you in the live chat for the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube. Then you can't forget about the 60-second back issue of the week YouTube short, which is already on my channel. That's what's there. That's what's coming. And thank you again for making it to the end of this video. I hope you have a fun, successful, healthy week, and I'll catch you next week. Take care.